Hi everyone, welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. Buffalo, New York and surrounding areas were rocked by a lake effect snowstorm over the weekend, paralyzing the area. Lake effect snow is a weather phenomenon created when cold, dry air picks up moisture and heat by passing over a relatively warm lake and dumping snow in narrow bands. Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency for 11 counties early Friday. Yesterday, she announced that the National Guard had been activated to aid Western New York in managing the massive lake effect snowstorm that has battered the area this weekend. The National Guard members, approximately 70, arrived in Orchard Park, Evans, and Hamburg. Their primary objective being to ensure main roads are cleared so that first responders can react to emergencies. 2 deaths have been reported thus far, as 2 people were stricken with cardiac events while clearing snow, and 2 people were displaced after a Bray Miller's bowling lane's roof collapsed under the weight of the snow. On Friday, Jackie Bray, New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Commissioner, warned of dangers of this snowstorm due to heavy winds and potential power outages as a result of branches falling on power lines, and she advised residents to be prepared for several days. However, in traditional fashion, people were out shopping in preparation of the storm, getting milk, eggs, bread, and water. The milk was wiped out at this particular Wegmans market. Last-minute shopping like this could have proven to be very dangerous, as the snow in some areas was recorded to be falling at 5 inches per hour. How many people were stuck or close to being stuck on the highways as a result of this? The people who were out getting their last-minute food and supplies are probably some of the same people who frown upon those who have a 3 to 6 month food supply. For those of you who have a long-term food pantry, and those of you who are starting a long-term food pantry, doesn't it feel good to be able to get the supplies you need from your pantry closet, root cellar, or basement? How much relief is it knowing you could be snowed in for a week and still eat well, or knowing that if you lose your job, your family would not go hungry? How good does it feel knowing you have a way to prepare food if there is a long-term power outage, or having a safe alternative heating solution? And for those of you who want to feel this same comfort, watch my Starting a Long-Term Food Pantry for Beginners playlist, as well as my Winter is Coming video. The Buffalo effect snowstorm is a good opportunity to take a moment and think about how well you would have fared in this situation. You do not have to wait for a dramatic event to happen in your life to find gaps in your preps. These pictures show people shopping just before the New York storm hit. People filled their carts with milk, water, bread, and other supplies. I am not a big fan of buying 3 cases of water. Why would you not buy a 5-gallon reusable water tote instead and refill it? I am also not a big fan of shopping before a storm with thousands of other people rushing to the stores. The stores, parking lot, and roads are chaotic. Everyone is in a rush and short-tempered, which can lead to issues. Can you imagine the panic, worry, adrenaline rush if our government officials announced a crash or war, or that the supply chain would be negatively impacted due to an imminent railroad strike? I, for one, would not want to be shopping. I wouldn't want to be on the roads at all. You know what I find very interesting? Leading up to an election, mailboxes are full of voting pamphlet, postcards from each political party. TV shows and talk shows are interrupted by political advertisements. Citizens have to put up with this for months. But weeks leading up to hurricane season, winter storm season, or wildfire season, residents do not get a public announcement reminding them to prepare for these upcoming disasters. They do not send out a courtesy pamphlet on how to survive a winter storm, instructions on how to safely use alternative heating sources to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. It would be great if they mailed out a pamphlet that lists long-term storage foods that will get you through a 2-week event. Maybe provide 4 or 5 meals that are easy to prepare when there is no electricity. Why not set aside a small budget for that once a year? It could reduce the amount of cars on the road when emergency crews are out working. Not as many people would be out performing last-minute shopping before an event. It could also mitigate shelves being emptied by those doing last-minute shopping, panic shopping. I wonder how much food is wasted in the course of a week due to a panic shopping for an event such as a snowstorm or a tornado. Or maybe it wouldn't help at all. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the content of this video.